6 major corporations own 90% of the media. We could even take it a step further and say that 6 major corporations control how you think. Now, let me preface this to say that what I'm saying isn't original. First of all, I don't believe there's anything original. There's nothing original under the sun. Everything that's been said, everything that's been done, everything that's happening it's all been done before. It's all been said before. It's all been done before. So I'm not saying anything that's original. I don't think I'm saying anything that some people, I'm going to say some people, because unfortunately there are a lot of people who don't know this information or are just, they're not privy to this information. So we'll just say some people already know what I'm saying and what I'm about to say. But I figured I would dedicate my time, energy, and resources into this particular content. For the people who engage in my content and might not be aware of this information, that's what this is for. Now, to go back to the whole 6 major corporations owning 90% of the media, which in turn can mean controlling how you think, it's not rocket science. 90% of what you watch, listen to, and read is owned by 6 major corporations. That's really what that means. Now, I know the 6 major corporations part it sounds repetitive at this point. So I'm going to tell you what those 6 major corporations are. Those 6 major corporations are GE, General Electric, Newscorp, Disney, Viacom, Time Warner, CBS. So that's all 6 right there. So once again, that's GE, which means General Electric, Newscorp, Disney, Viacom, Time Warner, and CBS. Those are your 6 giants right there that run damn near everything. All that media you consume on a daily basis, they run all that. And I'll say this. I don't need anybody to believe me. I don't need anybody to believe anything that I say. Let me just put that out there. If you don't want to believe it, that's fine. Just do the research yourself. I'm not speaking to you in a way where I feel that you need to just believe everything that I say. Nah. I would like to think that the people who do listen to me, the people who do engage with my content, are critical thinkers and can think for themselves. So yeah, look it all up. Look it up. Everything I just said with, 6 major corporations, all the ones I listed, look it up. Anything I say, look it up. And that goes for any other information that I put out there. Look it up. By all means. Don't just take my word for it. Look it up. Please do that. Now, for the sake of not making this too long, not making this video longer than it really needs to be, because once again, this information is already available. It's already online. There's a ton of books out there that speak on it. So just so I don't make this much longer, I'm not going to really name all the companies under these 6 major corporations that I named. I'm not going to list them because that's already out there. And once you do the research, for the people who do go out there and, run the Googles, you'll see, which companies is under which company. You'll see which company is under which major corporation. So I'm not going to list any names, but I'm going to get into some quick numbers. These are just rough estimates, rough numbers, because, you know, it might not be the exact number. Probably it is, because, you know, I did the research to get these exact numbers, but, you know, there's always conflicting information out there. A number could be off, who knows, but I'll just call it rough numbers. So when it comes to the numbers, these 6 major corporations own 1,500 newspapers, 1,100 magazines, 9,000 radio stations, 1,500 TV stations, and 2,400 publishers. So those were the numbers. For all the data folks out there, people who like data, people who like numbers, those are some rough numbers right there. Those are the numbers of what these major corporations own. Now, somebody could ask, why are you talking about this? Why are you telling us this? What is your point? Well, for one, this is stuff that I'm interested in. One of my mentors calls it intrigue. So these are things that I'm interested in. These are things that I read about, do research on. These are things that I'm learning about on a continual basis, because I don't have all the answers. I don't know everything. I mean, I know people like to put me in that woke box. You know, people are like, yo, you woke. Or, you know, sometimes even people like to throw out conspiracy theorists. Well, you know, we'll get to that a little bit later. You know, people don't like to throw me in that conscious box, which, I mean, on some level, I'm cool. You know, whatever labels people like to throw out there, it's all good, because I'd rather have those labels or be in that box, in those boxes, than to be stupid, to be dumb, to be an idiot, to be ignorant. I would much prefer those than what I just said just now. Because being dumb, being ignorant, being willfully ignorant is 10 times worse. I say all this to say, if watching TV is your only source of information, or your main source of information, hopefully not, but, you know, I know some people don't really fuck with the internet too heavy like that, or they don't read too much. So, you know, people just watching TV, they're just sitting in front of the TV all the time. But if that's your main source of information, then you need to expand your horizons. Straight up. You need to open up. You need to expand. You need to grow. You need to evolve. And I say all that because your view of the world and what goes on in this world, this precious world of ours, is limited by default. If television is your only resource, or your main resource for the media that you take in, then your worldview is limited by default. You can deny it. You could say no. You can, you could put your face back in the sand. That's fine. But your worldview is limited by default. And some of you out there like to talk about conspiracy theorists and conspiracy theories. Y'all like to just throw that term out there. Of course, the government threw that out there. That was a way to kind of just throw people off. They threw it out there in the mix, kind of just to throw people off. So, people say what they say, and, you're out there calling certain people who might put out this type of information conspiracy theorists, or they're, coming up with conspiracy theories. But I'm going to tell you right now, conspiracy theorists are not the issue. You want to talk about an issue? I think it's more so the people who just sit back and accept whatever information is spoon-fed to them without questioning said information being spoon-fed to them. But people like myself who don't readily buy into mainstream thought or narrative, we get written off as a conspiracy theorist. We get written off as someone with a tinfoil hat. You know, that's that nerd talk, that geek talk that's out there, the whole tinfoil hat thing. You know, they like to talk about people with the tinfoil hat. You know, they throw the word woke out there. Let's put the quotations on there. You know, they people throwing that out there, making it into a negative connotation. And I mean, I get it on some level, because, you know, there are people out there who just post memes and they hashtag, and that's pretty much the extent of what they do. And then there are people out there, I guess these people who post this stuff, these people's followers, that will just latch on to that. They'll just believe anything they read. They believe the memes, they believe the hashtags, without really doing any further research on what was posted. So you got a lot of people out there just taking in these streams of content, these little quick streams of content, these little quick streams that cater to their short attention span, but they won't look any further into what was said or what's posted out there. Because now it's acceptable to just, and it's really not acceptable, but it's acceptable to read what's on a meme, read a short post that's 140 characters or less, to take a hashtag, to take whatever's trending and to just believe it because it might sound interesting, or it's something that a lot of people are posting. We got the fake woke culture going on. People talking about stay woke. So people are all in that matrix. So it's easy to just latch on to short content catering to short attention spans without doing further research. But going back to people who don't readily buy into mainstream information, or I'm going to say disinformation, people who don't go along with the herd, so to speak, it's easy to write them off as a conspiracy theorist. Now, there was a time when I thought watching the news every day made me well informed. I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. I'm going to keep it 100. When I was younger, and I'm talking like much younger, I felt that watching the news every day made me well informed on what's going on. And you could say well informed on what's going on in the world. But I know now, and really I've known for a while now, that couldn't be any further from the truth. The television, or as one of my closest friends would say, the tell lie vision, tell lies to your vision, is just that. It tells lies to your vision. When I was a kid, the teachers in school used to call it the idiot box. That's what they called it. I mean, I think people still call it that to this day. But I know back then, I'm talking about the 90s, teachers used to call it the idiot box. And as an adult, as a grown man, I see exactly what they're talking about. I see exactly what they're talking about when they say the idiot box. Because that's what it is. That's just what it is. It's the idiot box. The tell lie vision, or the tell lies to your vision, keeps you in a dumbed down state. And don't get it twisted. We all watch TV. I watch TV still. There, you know, it is what it is. The TV is here. It serves a purpose, you know, whether you want to attach it to a positive or a negative or something in between. The television is here and we all watch it, myself included. But I watch a very limited amount of television. It's very rare that I even watch TV now. And it's been like that for a while. So when it comes to limited use of the television, I don't see that as a problem. Probably the ideal would be to not watch TV at all. But, you know, we don't live in a perfect world and things aren't as ideal as we'd like it to be at times. So, you know, it is what it is. So to bring it back to the major corporations, you can't seriously think that the corporate-owned mainstream media has your best interest at heart. I would hope most of you would not believe that. I would also hope that any information that's outside of the corporate-owned mainstream media / propaganda machine that's presented to you wouldn't always be written off as a conspiracy theory. You gotta be smarter than that. Let's not get it twisted. I understand that some people who watch this video won't give a fuck. They're not gonna give a fuck. They'll watch it. They might listen. But they're not gonna give a fuck. They probably won't even believe it, which is fine. That is fine. I don't need people to just believe what I say. So that's fine. My thing is, as long as research is being done and things are being looked up, hey, do your thing. But I already know that some people won't do that, and that's fine. Because I know that for a lot of people, ignorance is bliss. Some people just want to stay ignorant. And it is what it is. It is what it is. There's nothing that I could do about it. There's nothing that you can do about it. It is what it is. And it is what it is. Do your thing, live your life. Keep on keeping on. But for the people who are listening and know what I'm talking about, or want to learn a little bit more, or are more inclined to believe what I'm saying, and I don't want to say believe, but more inclined to think that what I'm saying is actually true, then you already know. You already know that, you know, there's certain types of moves, a certain type of legwork, a certain type of thing that we have to do to get out of the matrix, so to speak. To think and see things on a different level. To do what we can in this lifetime, in this realm that we're in, to get out of the matrix, or at least lay the groundwork for our children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and so on and so forth, to get out of the matrix, to break the matrix. So you already know what it is. But yeah, 6 major corporations run it. They running things, and we gotta be aware of that. Not just aware, but act on the awareness. So yeah, we gotta do what we gotta do.